All right, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the prelim fight between Cody Stamann versus Brian Kelleher ahead of UFC 250. But before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to be covering the other fights of the prelims. I've also covered the early prelims and the main card. Those videos should be coming out tomorrow. So if you're interested and you want to know what my fight predictions are for those fights, subscribe to the channel down below so you can check those videos out. So in the second fight of the prelims, we have Cody Stamann versus Brian Kelleher. Just listen, right off the bat, if I'm pronouncing these names wrong, I apologize, okay? Let's start with Stamann. Okay, so he has a record of 18 wins, 2 losses. Right off the bat, this is a very impressive record. The majority of these wins specifically have come from a decision. So 10 of those 18 actually have come from a decision. So this statistic does serve to characterize the type of fighter that Stamann is. He's someone who's gonna carry you in to those difficult moments, to try and like lure you in, to try to make you breathe heavy and then just, push you to those limits. That's the type of fighter that he is. 6 of those 18 wins have come from knockout or technical knockout. Specifically, his last one came in June 2017 against Zach Church. I went to look at a clip of this fight and it was absolutely crazy. Like, it ended in a bloodbath and the referee had to stop it because there was too much bleeding. So it goes to show that, listen, Cody, he can take you to those deep waters. He can fight later rounds, but if he catches you off guard, he could hurt you very badly. So Cody is currently coming into UFC 250 with a draw in his latest fight against Yadong Song, which took place in December 2019. But with this being said, we shouldn't view this with too much emphasis because those 18 wins and 2 losses are definitely more important to consider. So what about his opponent? Who is he facing? He's facing Brian Kelleher. On the other hand, he is also a very dangerous fighter. He's got a record of 21-10. His wins are also well-rounded. He's got 8 wins via knockout or technical knockout. He's got 9 wins via submission and 4 wins via decision. So Kelleher is a fighter that loves fighting, and you can see this because he fights with so much frequency in comparison to Cody. Specifically, he's fought in January where he won against Ode Osborne, and he's recently won his 2nd fight in a row in May. So he's fought in January, in May, a month ago, and he's fighting again June 7th. So the reason why I believe that this fight will be extremely interesting is because of the clear distinction between the percentages of fights that have ended in a decision. You have Cody Stamann, who's ended 11 of his 18 fights via decision. And on the other hand, you have Kelleher, who's ended only 7 of his 31 fights via decision. So there's a clear distinction in the types of fighters. You've got Cody, who's going to go all the way. And then you also have a fighter like Kelleher, who's one that wants to get in and get it done right away. Usually with fighters of these 2 distinct backgrounds and these 2 different fighting styles, it's so interesting to see how the fight's going to go because you're gonna have one guy that presses right away off the bat, and you're going to have the other guy who's going to try to protect, adapt to the new game, try to slow the fighter down before then unleashing. So this is a fight that I'm extremely excited about. I'm so eager to see how it's going to end. So as I said, I think Kelleher, right off the bat, he's going to explode from his corner into deep pressure from the very first round. And so Stamann is definitely going to be tested right off the bat. So a fighter like Kelleher, I see him as someone who's going to look for that hard lunging overhand right that if it clips, it's over. Or he's going to look for that sneaky submission if, he could potentially go for that triangle, switch it into an armbar. He could potentially apply this craftiness within his grappling game that could favor him. How do I think this fight is going to go? I think Cody Stamann is going to win via unanimous decision if he's able to hold off the deadly pressure from a fighter like Brian Kelleher. Because at the same time, if Stamann isn't able to protect himself from that heavy pressure and those hard-hitting punches, it could potentially end earlier. But I think, a fighter with a record like Stamann, we've seen him fight. We've seen his striking abilities. We've seen his abilities of putting you in a rear naked choke or any form of grappling hold. And I think he's going to outlast this pressure, potentially gas Kelleher out, and then unleash. So that's how I think this fight is going to go. I think, again, Cody Stamann is going to win. But again, I'm interested to know what you guys think. These are just my opinions. I also want a little discussion going in the comments below. We also have the main card that we're going to be talking about in the videos that are going to be coming out tomorrow. So yeah, subscribe to the channel to check those videos out. And if you do subscribe and I do see you guys in the next one, then I'll see you guys in the next one.